good idea at the time. It was my best friend Gretchen's idea, of course, and Gretchen's brilliant. It says so. Well, maybe not her teachers.
Well, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong at the time. I figured when the time was right, I'd tell her. I wish I knew when that time was right before I got myself in this jam.
I don't know what I was thinking. I was like some zombie from one of those black and white horror movies, moving real slow and real spooky. Well, I didn't even think what my pop might think. No, maybe I guess I did. Maybe just a part of me even hoped he wouldn't like it.
Sometimes you have to withhold certain information from your parents, though, in order to spare their feelings, because there are some things they just should not know about.
Come on.
Withhold information? Girl, you lied to them. That's what you did.
Yeah, well, what did you do then?
I just didn't include my pops into all the facts. I mean, there's a big difference.
See, that's what I did.
Whatever. Either we outright lied or we withheld certain information. But one thing's for sure, there's no way that any of us is going to get away with any of this without coming clean to our parents.
That's the problem.
Hello, I'm Ross Joel, and welcome to our production of Parenting Styles. This is a stage play designed to illustrate 3 distinct parenting styles. They are authoritative, democratic, and permissive. In this production, we'll explore how these distinct parenting styles can impact children. Let's start with authoritative parenting, portrayed in this scene by our character Marie. Marie, like all authoritative parents, is certain that she knows exactly what is absolutely best for her daughter. She is very firm in establishing boundaries and in setting standards for her daughter.
Katie! Just delivered your grandmother's graduation present.
You opened it.
So, I'll take the check to the bank tomorrow morning before work. We have to finalize the arrangements with the travel agent by this weekend.
Well, actually, I can do it. I have half days all week.
Since when?
Since this week, it's called final exams.
I've only been home for a matter of minutes. Can you give me at least 1 hour before the smugness starts?
Fine. 1 hour, but no more.
You're trying to be friendly in that flip teenage way I keep reading about, right?
Yeah, mother.
Anyway, I have taken the liberty of drawing up what should prove to be the best, most efficient itinerary for your trip.
Actually, Gretchen says that we should just land in Paris and go where the wind takes us.
Well, why don't you tell Gretchen that the wind takes you in the exact direction of my itinerary?
I should have known that would be your reply.
Yes, sweetheart. After living in this house for 17 years, you really should have known.
Whatever. You've been to Europe before, so I guess I'll just assume you know what you're talking about.
It really is easier when you just listen to me and there isn't.
Definitely.
Do some studying. Dinner will be ready around 7.
Okay, that was a chance to come clean with my alternative trip. But I think you'd all agree that she probably hit the roof if she found out that I actually plan on cashing my grandmother's check and spending the summer in New York City.
Hit the roof. I think she hit the roof and hit the floor.
Yeah, over and over like a big rubber ball.
Okay, now let's take a look at democratic parenting, illustrated in this scene by our character Ellie. In democratic parenting, guidelines are still present, however, they are much looser. Ellie is intent upon having her son make his own decisions by presenting the options and consequences of his actions.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Walter. They're getting heavier, I'm getting older.
They're just getting heavier. So the news.
God bless you.
Hey, Uncle David's a letter. He is so excited to stay with him this summer, and of course your cousins are thrilled to have you on themselves for 3 whole months.
Really? Me too.
Yeah, you sure sound thrilled.
Living in San Francisco for a whole summer, doing an internship at a law firm, and staying with 4 little giggly girls. What teenager wouldn't be thrilled?
Sarcasm doesn't become you, Walter.
But you know, never mind, forget it.
What's the matter?
Forget it.
What's wrong?
It's just that Chad and Troy, they're going to basketball camp in Santa Cruz.
Well, they don't have the opportunity that you have.
I know, but
Look, you're the one who said this internship would be good for you once you started school in the fall.
maybe I was thinking maybe postpone the internship until either next summer or summer after that.
Well, a month ago, you did think differently.
Well, a month ago, Chad and Troy wasn't going to basketball camp in Santa Cruz. Now, how bad would it be if I changed my mind?
Well, it really doesn't affect me now, does it? I mean, your Uncle David made the changes in his life.
You know what? Never mind if you're going to use guilt.
Yeah, honey, I'm not using guilt. I'm just telling the way things are. Your Uncle David took the time to make the space for you in his home and in his office. If you're not gonna use that space and go off to basketball camp, I guess that's fine. We have to let David know.
No, you're right. I'll just go down for this.
Honey, that's not what I said. Basketball camp is okay. You just have to tell David.
No, never mind. I'll just go down for this. I think that's my right time to tell him.
Yeah, I would have to agree there.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't want to disappoint her, but I've already mailed the check in the basketball camp.
You know, I don't think it's even possible to disappoint my pop. So maybe tell him that the Alabama game ain't going to be on the tube on Saturday.
Now let's meet our permissive parent, Daniel. As you'll see, permissive parenting is quite loose. In this case, Daniel, like most permissive parents, is much more focused on being his son's friend than his parent. He leaves all the decision-making to his son.
Yo, Ray-Ban.
Yo, Daniel,
Oh, it's Daniel now, is it, huh?
graduate high school in 2 weeks. I'll start to act like an adult now, you know?
Yeah. Whatever floats your boat, you know.
Hey, come on.
Oh, sorry, whatever floats your boat, adult joke.
You know, Daniel, you're gonna have to start learning how to treat me different since I'm gonna be working in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Talk to me in 40 years.
Oh, what do you think? I should do something else?
Oh, letter for you.
Who from?
I don't know. What, am I in charge of mail surveillance this month?
It's no one.
I hate it when no one writes me.
You know, it's like junk mail. A waste of a good Elvis stamp.
Well, then you must be an adult if you get junk mail. Yeah, pick up frozen dinners for supper.
No, I'm all set. You know, I had a burger on the way home.
All the more for me.
What was the letter from?
United States Department of Defense. Anyone know how to say, hey, Pop, I enlisted in the Army?
I do believe that teenage children need an efficient itinerary in life. Now, I realize that that may not be popular in these live and let live days. But in my opinion, if it isn't broken, it doesn't need to be fixed. My parents made sure that I led a disciplined life, and now my child lives in a house twice as big as the one that I grew up in. She lacks for nothing. You can't tell me there isn't a correlation there. It isn't easy being an adult in this day and age. The pressures seem to multiply daily. And I think it's wrong to shield a child from that, to make them think that life is rosy or easy, or that everything's always going to work out the way they want it. Because it's not. Life can work. It can work quite well. But only if we're willing to work hard first. It's just the way I feel.
Being the youngest member of a family of 5, I was never treated like an individual, more like a caboose. And coming from the only Black family in a small Texas town, it was like a caboose on the wrong side of the tracks, if you know what I mean. But what I'm most proud about with my kids is that they think for themselves. I didn't raise them to be some square pegs that fit in government issued holes. They're individuals. They're their own people. And they're my kids. My beautiful, beautiful kids.
It's always been just the two of us, Ray-Ban and me. So that's what I call my boy, Ray-Ban. I don't even think he remembers his mom. Well, except for some pictures that have burned their way into his mind. And we're not rich, never have been. And unless I win the lottery, never will be. You see, Ray-Ban's life hasn't been easy, if you know what I mean. So it just doesn't seem fair for me to, be hard on him. He's a good kid. He can be a while, but he knows how to take care of himself. And that's what's important.
As you can see, Marie, Ellie, and Daniel each have their own approach to parenting, and each has a rationale and justification for their individual style. Marie views her role as a parent as copying the way she was raised as a child. It worked for her, and she believes it will work for her daughter, Katie. Ellie resents the fact that she was never treated as an individual when she was growing up. She wants Walter to have what she did not. Daniel, being a single parent, feels guilty that Raymond doesn't have a mother. He also expects him to be independent, since he can't spend very much time with him.
I spoke to the travel agent this morning.
Oh,
You better have a lot more to say than oh, Catherine.
oh, Katie.
No, it's Catherine. How dare you go behind my back and make arrangements for a trip to New York City?
Well, I knew I couldn't do it with your permission, so I didn't seem to have any other choice.
Your grandmother wanted you to spend the summer in Europe, not roaming around New York City with that juvenile delinquent Gretchen.
She's not a delinquent mother, and you're overreacting as usual.
Your father and I have agreed on this trip and nothing more. Now, if you don't like that, you can spend the summer upstairs in your room.
Rather go to Libya than do that.
You'll be close enough to New York City when you go to Sarah Lawrence in the fall. At that time, you may have as much fun and freedom as you like. But while you are living under my roof, you will do exactly as I say, when I say to do it, and in the amount of time I give you to do it in. Do you understand me, Catherine?
Yes, Mother.
You better. You know, sometimes I hear my mother's voice come out of my mouth and I'm shocked.
I've been known to use that as long as you're under my roof, line myself.
Hey, if I couldn't quote my mother, I wouldn't have very much to say at all.
Is there something you want to get off your chest, Walter?
What?
I made a deposit at the bank today, but the balance didn't match my checkbook balance because check number 176 hadn't been recorded.
Yeah, I kind of wrote that one.
I assumed that when the bank gave me the amount and it was endorsed by.
Well, it's just that when Shannon Troy was telling me about them going to basketball camp, I figured that, hey, it's last summer.
You know, you lied to me. You
School.
lied to me.
Now, we spoke of this last week, and you told me you're going to intern when that obviously was not your intention.
I know, and I'm real sorry. I figured that you wanted me to go to Frisco to do that internship.
No, wait. The internship and basketball camp were both your ideas. Your idea, your choice, not mine, not your father's.
Well, things changed when Shannon Troy was signed up for the basketball camp and he decided to go, so I'm sorry, man.
Walter, I don't need your apology. I just need to know why you lied to me and did not tell me you already sent in a deposit for basketball camp.
Well, I didn't think that you would approve of me changing my mind like that.
I might not have, but it's better for me to not like something you did than for you to not like yourself. Now, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. What do you think I should do?
I wish you just stayed 12 years old and never left the house. But it's not gonna happen, is it? All right, well, basketball camp would be great for the short time, but not much use to you down the road. And I guess that the internship would be good for you long term, but not a lot of fun for the short haul. I guess it's really up to you. After 3 kids, I'm still shocked that one of them does something out of character.
I know what you mean.
I can't say I've ever been in that situation.
Hey, Daniel,
Hey, I thought you'd be out celebrating the last day of school with the guys.
I am. But I ain't sure gonna eat with them. I mean, you ever see Bo 2? Oh man, it's like something out of a horror movie, I swear.
So, you cooking?
Well, if you call me cooking, telling an old lady behind the counter, hey, I like some roast beef and cheese, and yeah, I guess I am.
That's quite a celebration.
Hey, Pop, can I speak to you?
Yeah, that's why God gave you a mouth.
Well, you may not like what I'm gonna have to say.
Well, then you may not like what I have to say in return, but I think that's fair.
I didn't get that job, space camp, like I told you.
No?
No, I lied to you.
You lied.
They said I needed more work experience. You know, experience doing what? I mean, cleaning floors for rich kids?
Ray-Ban, then you gotta figure out what you're gonna do. You know, school's out a lot longer than summer.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about the army.
The army.
What do you think?
Well, it's not just a job, it's an adventure.
What do you think if I joined up?
I haven't thought about it.
Well, I have. I enlisted. Right after the interview at the space camp, I went to the recruitment officer and I enlisted. So instead, I told you I got the job at the space camp.
Then it really doesn't matter what I think, does it?
No, I guess not.
I know what we got in the kitchen.
It's dead.
Yeah?
Do you think I did the right thing?
I don't know what the right thing is, Ray-Ban. If you figure it out, let me know.
Ever since I can remember, my parents have told me what to do. They've told me how to dress, how to study, how to behave. Ever since I can remember, I've been their child. I'm nearly a high school graduate. I'm 18 years old and I'm still their child. And you know, sometimes it's as if I'm nothing but that. I'm an immature piece of property, a minor force to be controlled. I hope I can forgive them one day.
Katie is the classic product of rigid parenting. She is rebellious and outwardly challenges her mother verbally. But in the end, she backs down. Ultimately, she is afraid to defy her mother for fear of the consequences.
Well, ever since I can remember, my mother wanted to be my friend. And for the longest time, I thought it was just plain embarrassing. I mean, who want to be friends with people so old? And it was one of those times that she didn't give me a choice in. I mean, she was going to be my friend whether it killed me or killed her. And after a while, it went from being embarrassing to just plain annoying. But now, I don't know, it's kind of cool. In its own little weird way. It's still kind of cool.
Walter is the product of democratic parenting. He's encouraged to make his own decisions and live with the consequences of his actions. However, he feels badly if he thinks he's let his mother down.
Everyone who knew him thought I was lucky to have a pop like mine. It's funny though, because I always thought of him some giant wall to scale, big and strong, but he doesn't talk much. Sometimes I just want to stand up in front of that wall and just knock my fist into it, just to see what's on the other side. I've never been able to.
Like most children of permissive parents, Raymond is seeking structure and boundaries. He hopes that by lying to his father, there will ultimately be some consequence. The fact that he chooses the military is really not that surprising. It demonstrates that he's seeking the structure that he never had as a child.
Pack a sweater. Even though it's the summer, it is cold up north. Yes, Mother? You owe me. If I hadn't found that youth group for you to travel with, your father was going to lock you in the garage until September.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Wait, was it? It was. That was sincerely.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day until I graduate from college, Mom, all right?
All right. I saw that. Katie, I made a list of some places you might like to see that are kind of off the beaten path. I got some information off the net about the countries that you might find interesting.
Thank you. It was really nice of you. Kind of geeky doing research on the internet, Mom, but nice of you.
I know you're gonna hate it when I say this, Katie, but I'm worried about you. Oh, no, don't give me that face. It is bad enough you're gonna be wandering through 7 foreign countries, chaperoned by some graduate students and cringing every time you think of me.
You start to cry and then come back.
Oh God, I can't wait till the teenagers are over.
Yeah, think how I feel.
Oh,
Now, Mom, you know I'm not going to be needing this.
oh,
Something tells me you'll find time to play a game or two.
Well, ain't no course in San Francisco.
Sweetie, there are courts in San Francisco, and it's just a short ride to Santa Cruz. You gotta do something on weekends, you can't stay in the house with David.
True. Thanks.
Of course, there's still an hour left before the bus comes, so you could change your mind.
Mom, no, we already talked about this. No, we already decided to church.
Or you could stay here, work in a cafe for me.
No. Plus, I don't think my nieces need a little bit of the big W life anyway.
I think they're four lucky little girls.
You just four more than my magic spell, Mom.
Well, I guess I don't have much to bring.
They'll supply you with all you need.
So what's it like, man?
The army?
Yeah.
Well, imagine your grandmother was a 6-foot man with a buzz cut and a rifle, who really enjoyed sending you out to the swamps at 2 a.m., but didn't make you breakfast if you got back.
Oh boy, Dad,
Oh, it's Dad now, huh? Reverting back to childhood a few hours before boot camp is not a good idea.
well, I wouldn't want to work at some burger joint just to get experience clean bigger floors.
Well, peeling potatoes is more your style then, huh?
Do you think I made a mistake?
Well, nothing's a mistake, right, man? Everything's just, a step along the path. It's a matter of taking a step this way or a step that way.
Well, I wish there was a map I can look at like every now and then.
Don't we all?
Make no mistake about it, being a parent is the toughest job there is. The goal should be to combine the three styles we've seen, a little authoritative, a little democratic, and a little permissive, into one comfortable combination that seems appropriate to the given situation and that particular child. The fact is, there is no such thing as a perfect parent. The best that can be strived for is that a child always feels cared about.
So sometimes lying to your parents can have adverse effects because, well, I'm about to spend the next 2 months of my life with a bunch of high school graduates who are all remarkably similar to the geeks that I spent the last 12 years of my life trying to avoid.
Well, at least if you have lots of time, you'll be able to look back and kick yourself for making the right choice.
At least you have a choice. You two can both do whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
Yeah, I'd give anything for that opportunity.
Well, I always wanted to give in, but my mother wouldn't let me. Look at both sides, Walter. Sometimes I wish my mother wasn't so black and white, but just be black or white.
I don't know, guys. I wouldn't mind a rule or two. A ruler.
Where you going? The army? I hear they got a lot more than a ruler too.
Yeah, a heck of a lot more than two.
Soldier boy.
Well, they said I'd get special treatment because I enlisted. Guys, that's what the man in the recruitment center said. I get special treatment.